Okay, for this investigation, I wanted to just take just a couple of moments and talk just a little bit about these investigations, or sorry, these sites right here, these data resources. And there's a few of them that I want you to be able to look at. So the first one is DataStream. This is the American Meteorological Society's site where it gives you a lot of weather resources, current conditions, a lot of maps. A lot of the maps that I use in this class come from DataStream. Then there's the National Weather Service, weather.gov. These are sort of the government bigwigs when it comes to weather. Then there's the Anza College Weather Station and MezaWest. The only one that I'm actually going to spend a lot of time walking you through is MezaWest because there's a few steps that you need to know how to use it. But let me take a few moments and just show you each of these sites. Okay. Get rid of the ink. Let's continue recording. And let me pull it up. Okay. So here's the Anza College Weather Station. And this just gives you, this is actually our own weather station that's actually housed on top of the Kerr Center on campus. And this gives you all the different weather conditions that we know and love. Air temperature's right here. Wind speed is right here in the center of this circle. Over here, just like with a compass, this is the wind direction. Right here are just some basic current conditions and day highs and lows. Down here, this is humidity. Take note of the unit that humidity is given in, and remember what we talked about a few investigations ago. Here's air pressure, and so on and so forth. One thing I want you to be able to look at is if you click on hourly obs, you'll actually get a list of observations for the previous day listed right here. And you can actually go back to the past 120 days and look at weather conditions that were recorded for this weather station. Now, one of the things that's different about this weather station and different about this than pretty much any other weather station that we're going to look at or any other weather site that we're going to look at is the data always starts at the top and ends at the bottom. Normally, the way that the National Weather Service or MezaWest uses data, they always put the most recent stuff on the top. And so you would always want to read, if you were wanting to read it in order, you'd want to start at the bottom and read up. And I'll show you what I mean in a moment. Here, however, they put the newest stuff on the bottom. So you're actually going to start at the top. So this is for Friday, July 12th, and I'm recording this at around 1:42. So I have data from 12 a.m. to 1 p.m. The beginning of our period, 12 a.m., is here at the top, then 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and so on. And so if I wanted to look at how weather conditions have changed over time, I would want to start up here and work my way down. That being said, let's look at another site I want you to be able to take a look at real quick. This is the National Weather Service's site. And what I want you to do here is I want you to input San Jose International Airport, which is airport code KSJC. Click on that. And you'll actually see many of the same conditions that you saw at the Anza College station. It's just packaged differently. So, current sky cover. I should mention they don't give you sky cover at Anza. Air temperature, humidity, wind speed, barometer, dew point, all the stuff that we know and love. And then you can actually go back and look at past weather, but they only give you a 3 or 7 day history. A 3 or 7 day history. And up here at the top, they'll give you graphs for temperature, dew point, humidity, wind speed, and then if we had had any kind of rain in the past 3 days, which as the time of this recording, no, we haven't, they'd actually have a third graph right here for that. keep note of that for this investigation. Now, the way this works is if you actually start at the top, July 12th, 12:53 p.m., July 12th, 11:53 a.m., 10:53 a.m., 9:53 a.m., 8:53 a.m., and so on, you actually notice that the most recent observations at the top, and older observations are below. So if you wanted to read how weather changed over this period here, you would actually want to start at the bottom and work your way up. You'd want to start at the bottom and work your way up. And then one last thing I'll show you here. If you wanted to actually look at a longer data period, instead of looking at 3 days, if you wanted to look at the past 7 days, you would just go up here, click on 7 days. And there you go. 7 days of weather data. All right. The last site I want to show you really quickly is MezaWest. And MezaWest is a pretty useful site because it actually houses all of the National Weather Service's data. So all of that wonderful data that the National Weather Service uses actually is then archived through MezaWest, which is hosted by the University of Utah. And this is a data clearinghouse for all kinds of weather data. This is very powerful. Very powerful. Now, that being said, to use MezaWest, what you would want to do is, here in the left-hand menu, there's a station search. Now, for this investigation, what I'm going to have you do, go all the way down to station ID, and then type in KSJC, and then hit go. And, sorry, almost coughed there, but here you go. This is weather conditions for San Jose International Airport. And if you actually compared these to the ones at the National Weather Service website, air temperature 79, air temperature 78.8. Humidity 58%, humidity 58%. And actually, if you were to keep looking, you would actually notice that these are the current conditions. These are the current conditions, same as reported here. And then if you were to look at this data table, they actually give you data more frequently. Instead of every hour, they give you data every 5 minutes. The other thing that they do here is, and this is really the coolest part about MezaWest, is not only can you get data for today or for the past 7 days, you can actually get data for as long as this station has been connected with MezaWest. So if I actually wanted to, and I do, and you're going to as well for this investigation, I could go over here to the left-hand menu, scroll down to change date/time, and actually pick a previous day. And here's how this works. So this actually, MezaWest first got this data on April 12th, 1997. Can't do anything before that. So, I mean, that's over 22 years of data. Lots of data has been collected here. And if you wanted to view weather conditions for a past day, all you have to do is change your date and time here. Now, that being said, the way that it works is the date and time you select will be the end of a 24-hour time period. So let's say I wanted to look at how weather was like for, let's just say the past 4th of July. So 4th of July, 2019. And I wanted to look at from 12 a.m. midnight to 12 a.m. July 5th. What I would do is I would select 5 July 2019 at 0:00. So this 0 means midnight. 5 July 2019, this is so midnight July 5th, 2019. And what happens is when I hit submit, I'm going to get data from the previous 24 hours. So I'll get data from everything from midnight on July 5th to 24 hours beforehand, which would be midnight on July 4th. So I'm getting all the weather conditions for July 4th. So then I click on submit. And if you take a look, tabular list of 328 observations from July 3rd, 2300 to July 5th. So yeah, this gives us the 4th of July. So right here, this is midnight on July 5th, 23:55, that's 11:55. They do military time, which if you transfer to San Jose State, they do military time too. I don't know why they still insist on doing it, but they still do it. And so on and so forth. So 11:50, 11:45, 11:40. Again, just like the National Weather Service, newest data is on the top, oldest data all the way down on the bottom. Whoa! All the way down on the bottom. And so that's MezaWest. The last site is DataStream. There's just a bunch of links here, and basically all I'm going to have you do is click on a couple of these different links and answer a few questions based on them. So that's Investigation 5A.